Welcome. Welcome to My Two Cents. My name is LaShonda, and this is my introductory video introducing myself and what this channel will be about. Um, I will be reviewing movies, TV shows, books, um, not necessarily all new movies because there are plenty of movies that are out that some people have never even seen or heard of. So I am gonna go into my vault because I love movies, and I am going to start picking out movies that I can review that hopefully you guys will enjoy, and maybe you guys will be like, wow, I've never seen that movie, I've never heard about that movie, let me go and watch it. Okay, and if there are movies you guys want me to review, um, let me know. Drop them down in my comment section, and we will do that. I will also actually go out into the movie theaters and watch movies and come back and give my 2 cents on them. Um, and I think I'm gonna do like all kinds of movies, like movies that are outside of my comfort zone as well. So, yeah, like I love a good dramatic movie. I love a good comedy movie. Um, I love all kind. I like action. I'm not really into the scary movies like the thrillers or whatever, but or the sci-fi's. However, I'm gonna get outside of my comfort zone and venture out and review all types of movies. So I sit here this morning. The movie I'm going to talk about, my first movie ever on this channel, is a Christmas movie. So I think the duration of December, I'm going to try to find Christmas movies. So I sit in front of my tree in my little Christmas area of my apartment, and I think, yeah, the duration of December, I'm going to um, find Christmas movies because, guys, there are many, many, many millions of Christmas movies that are great. Old movies, new movies that are just wonderful. So, my first movie ever on this channel will be This Christmas. Yeah! It's an old movie. But let me put this disclaimer out. Let me put this warning out. I am an Idris Elba fan. Like, I totally am in love with Idris Elba. And so, therefore, a lot of my movies he will be starring in them because I love Idris Elba. Okay? So, I have a few other, there are quite a few actors that I love. However, he ranks high on the list of people that I watch their movies just because he is in it. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's secretly like my baby daddy. Just don't tell nobody. Don't tell my real baby daddy. Okay, so my first movie is This Christmas. And this Christmas, the stars in This Christmas is Idris Elba. He plays the role of Quentin. He's the eldest of the Whitfield clan. Chris Brown, his name is Baby. Michael, but Baby. They call him Baby. Columbus Short plays Claude. Regina King is Lisa. Sharon Leal is Kelly. And Lauren London is Mel. She's the baby sister. Loretta Devine is their mom, Madeir. And Delroy Lindo, he rounds off as Joe Black. And Mekhi Phifer, you guys know Mekhi Phifer. Everybody knows Mekhi Phifer. His chocolate self. Like, he used to hold the spot that Idris Elba now holds. So, I don't know, guys. Like, women, that chocolate just do something to you. So, yeah, Mekhi Phifer with his chocolate self. And Laz Alonso also, he's married to Regina King's role as Lisa. Okay? So, this movie is, okay, so, my son just had to interrupt right? You know, it's my baby boy. His name is Brian. He's one of the loves of my life. I have two, actually have two boys, and he is the younger of the two. And yeah, he just had to interrupt. Well, his phone had to interrupt. I was on a roll. I guess I was talking about all this chocolate, and he needed to interrupt. However, okay, so this Christmas, the Whitfield clan all goes back home for Christmas, and I believe it was like in Los Angeles. Um, so they all the whole clan goes home. Well, okay, so Quentin is a junior. Quentin Senior, which they just talked about, he never appeared in the movie. He's a musician, and he chose being a musician over family. So of course, Madea feels some type of way about it. And Quinn, followed in his footsteps, and he's a musician. So at this point, she's a little salty. She really don't care for musicians. And then Chris Brown, baby, he's a singer, but he's been secretly going and singing because he know how she feel about the whole musician, thing. So the whole clan comes to town. Idris Elba, Quentin, he's in another state, and he's gambling, and I'm not gonna say gambling. I'm sorry. He's making loans. He's borrowing money, right? And so he's performing, and the loan sharks come to collect. Well, he didn't have the money, and of course they were going to break something, a bone or two, and so he tussles with them, and he gets away, hop a train, and goes home. Okay, and so he goes home. The whole clan goes home. So Madea and Joe Black has been in this relationship forever, and she doesn't think the kids fully aware. She doesn't think that they know that her and Mr. Black are in a relationship. So when the kids come home, she have Joe pack up his little personal belongings and put them in the garage, because for some reason she don't think her kids understand that life goes on. That maybe she thinks maybe she thinks that they think she's waiting on Senior, and she is not, right? So he packs up and he's putting his stuff in the garage, and of course Quentin Jr., he really doesn't care for Joe Black, and he doesn't pretend. He doesn't tiptoe around it. Like, he makes his feelings known, how he feels about Mr. Black. So the whole clan comes to town, and there are so many twists, because again, Quentin ran away from the people that were ready to break his bones because he owed them money. The brother Claude, played by Columbus Short, he comes to town, and he comes to town with someone that he has married, and he has went MIA because he's in the service. He went MIA to come home to Sandy, and he feels like he need to tell his family about Sandy, and so he have her lodged at a hotel while he's home with the family. I guess waiting for the right time to tell them about the fact that he's went MIA, and two, that he got married, right? So baby, he's the baby of the clan, and he is going to perform. So the clan decides to go and join him. They decide to go to this club, and that's when they discovered that baby was singing. And so While they were there, um, some men looking for trouble saw Claude was with his wife because again he had her set to the side. Like for some reason he was putting off telling his family about Sandy. So some two men looking for trouble, um, saw him talking to Sandy, and then he told Sandy to go back to the room. He's gonna call her later. So everyone is enjoying baby singing, and here come these two fellows who didn't have nothing better to do but to start trouble. And Claude ends up pulling out his service weapon. And then Quentin and the rest of them get him, grab him, and go. Okay, before all of this happened, Kelly runs into Mekhi Phifer, and his role, he played Gerald, and he actually went to school with Kelly, and so they ran into each other, and they start dancing, and decided to leave together, and so she didn't witness the confusion that happened, like that her and Gerald had left. So Quentin was like, "Why would you do that? Why would you pull out your service weapon? Now the police are involved, and why would you do that? We brought our sisters with us, and why would you do that?" And it makes sense. Like the girls are with us. Like, why would you do that? And so he was like, "They made me mad," and so they go back home, and it was ugly. So come to find out, the two guys tracked Quentin down. They tracked him down to and Lisa, his sister Lisa, is the one that actually brought him home. They stopped and asked, and they just happened to run into Lisa, and Lisa brought them right to Quentin. So of course, as soon as Lisa left, went into the house, of course they had to beat him up a little bit. But the cops showed up, so they couldn't rough him up like they wanted to. The cops showed up to pick up Claude because Claude, they had pressed charges. The club had, called the cops, whatever. So they take Claude to jail, and Quentin and Lisa go down to see can they get him out or whatever. That's when they found out he had went MIA in the service, that he just left. And so now they have this other problem. Lisa knows that her husband Malcolm is cheating on her, but she doesn't, she feel like at this point she doesn't feel like, she's like, what else is out there? Like, she's been with him. They got 2 kids. And even though she knows he's cheating, she's not trying to, I guess, address it or deal with it. And so, it's just chaotic. Like, he's trying to get Lisa to convince her to tell her sister them, the siblings, to get the mom to sell the home and get the mom to sell the cleaners. Like, he just want to just take the money. He's no good. He just want to take the money, and he knows that she would do whatever he asked her to do. But, all he got to do is come up with that. Oh, we're a team. We're a partnership. That type of stuff. Make her feel wanted, or make her feel like she's a part of something. And she ran with it. She absolutely ran with it. And Kelly was like, I know that's his idea. All of this is his ideas, Malcolm's idea. And no, I'm not going to get my deal to sell her house or the cleaners. And so, Lisa was like, well, no one is here to help, but me or whatever. No one is here. You guys are living your best life. And the cleaners is not making any money regardless. Whatever it's making. Like, he stuck that key in her back, and she went to try to talk to the other siblings to get them to help her convince Madea to sell not only her house, since she don't need it because, it's so big, but also the cleaners. I mean, he was trying to drain her dry. And Kelly wasn't falling for it. Period. She already knew she was not falling for it. So they go down. They find out that he just skipped. Like he did not have official leave. He didn't not have the official rights to leave. He just left. So that's when it all came out that he didn't want to disappoint Sandy. He didn't want to disappoint the family, and so he just left. He just went AWOL. It's not MIA. It's AWOL. He went AWOL, and so by him going AWOL, now he's in a world of trouble. So Joe tries to go and help him. He's got connections. He's trying to help him. Of course, he still have to go back and answer to that, leaving without official notification. But the family meets Sandy. Quinn decides, he was gonna leave, which is what he do best. He was gonna up and leave, and so he sneaks out and goes to go catch the train, and the men show up at the airport. So they are beating him up in the bathroom, and Joe comes in to save him because Joe knew something was up. And he pulls a gun out, he grabbed one of their guns, and he tells them he'll give them $10,000 and they need to leave, or he can call the police, and he's sure they have warrants and they'll go to jail. So he saved Quinn, but Quinn, it took him. Quinn was just, he was just not feeling Joe Black for some reason. He was not, and so he saved him, right? And he decides to leave anyway, but he comes back. Kelly and Gerald went out, and then they decided to, hey, hook up later. He was gonna come to New York to visit her. And Lisa decides to confront Malcolm, like he had bought a brand new SUV Lincoln Navigator, and she realizes that she can do better for herself, and she takes his brand new truck and let it run into the river. Like she put it in drive and let it run into the river because at this point she was over it. So when he came back the next day, he came in and she was going to confront him about the fact that she knew he'd been cheating, and she put baby oil all over the floor. So he goes take a shower. She put baby oil all over the floor because he's thinking, well, I know she done already convinced them to help sell the cleaners and help sell the house so he can grab that money out of it. And he was going to go and be with somebody else anyway. Like he was actually cheating on her. So he get out the shower and he asking where's the car, and she said in the river. And he was like, what? And she said in the river. So he get out the shower and he steps on the floor where she put out a baby oil, and he's slipping and sliding, and she hitting him with the belt and calling him a cheater and all of this stuff. And then so of course he leave. And so now everybody, Claude, it's Christmas Day. They went out as a family. They got a big tree. They did all of these things that they normally do together, except now Claude is in jail, and so they go to church on Christmas Day, and Joe arranged it for Baby to sing a song, and Madea stood up. Because, she is over the whole musician thing. This lifestyle has taken her husband away, has taken her eldest son away, and she is fighting it tooth and nail. It is not going to take Baby away. And so, Joe, being Joe, he was like, and give it up for, Madea, called out on it. So now everybody's thinking she's standing up for her son, but actually, she was standing up for her son, but she was standing up in protest of him singing. And so while he was singing, in walks Claude, because they let him stop by and see his mom. And in walks Claude, and of course, I forgot this part. When they found out that he was absent without leave, AWOL, they went and got Sandy from the hotel and brought her home and introduced her to the mom and said, "This is Claude's wife." And not only is his wife, she's pregnant. So this story has a lot of twists and turns, but it was so good. So the officers let Claude come on Christmas Day to see his mom, to see his wife. Joe had a little pool. Of course, he was going to still have to answer to leaving without official leave, to just leaving. He was going to have to give an account for that. However, they let him come see his mom, see his wife, see his family before he was off to leave. So now the family is all together. It was a great movie. I absolutely loved it. It's Christmas themed. I love it. So I hope you guys enjoy my review of this Christmas. Again, I will come next week with another movie. Christmas themed. I think for the duration of December, I'm just gonna do Christmas movies. I think my next movie might be Home Alone, and I know you guys have all seen Home Alone, but there are some who have not. I'm thinking Home Alone, but don't quote me on it. Don't hold me to it, because there are many, many, many. See, I might go back and get an old movie, an old Christmas movie. So stay tuned. This is my 2 cents, and I will see you all in my next review. Bye.